Okay, now you have to prove that a sequence is geometric. So we're going to prove that the sequence 2 to the negative n is a geometric sequence. Then we will find the initial term and the common ratio. So in order to prove that two terms are that a sequence is geometric, you need to find a common ratio, and you do that by taking the ratio of the nth and the n minus 1 term. So the way we would do that is we would take 2 to the negative n, and we would divide that by 2 to the negative n minus 1. And we would show that that is a constant. So I would probably clean this up. Remember, 2 to the negative n, the negative power means flip it to the bottom. And in this case, if it's on the bottom and it's negative power, it means flip it to the top. So this is equal to 2 to the n minus 1 divided by 2 to the n. Now, what does this mean? Well, this means that this is 2 times 2 times 2 times dot 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 times 2 n minus 1 times. And the bottom is going to be the same thing, 2 times 2 times 2 times dot 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 times 2 times another 2, because this is n times. It's one more time than the one above it. So now if we think about what happens in this fraction, these will cancel, these will cancel, these will cancel, everything in the middle will cancel, that'll cancel, and I'm left with 1 on the top and 2 on the bottom. And there's no variable, so that means that that's a common ratio. That's R. So my common ratio is R. I'm sorry, my common ratio is 1/2. So now to find the first term, I'm going to go ahead and plug in 1 for n. So that would be 2 to the negative 1 power, which is 1/2. So there's a sub 1. So my first term is 1/2, and my common ratio is 1/2. Now, just because that happened, that they're the same number, does not mean that they're always the same number. Just got lucky here. They can be any sets of numbers. But this is the way you prove. If it says prove, you must go through this process and show that there is a common ratio. If there's a common ratio, it's geometric, and then you can find the first term and you're done.